Hello, beautiful people, and welcome to Unconventional Counseling. If you are new here, welcome in, and if you're returning, thank you so much for coming back. We're going to do a reading today about our sense of home. And we'll see what comes out in this reading, what our guides have to share with us. But I've been thinking quite a bit about and feeling quite a bit what's going on in the collective and how it feels like every day, every other day, there is more violence, more pain, more suffering. And in some ways it's not new, and I'm aware of that this has been happening for some time. But what feels new is that there are folks in the collective who are feeling like their sense of home or safety is continuously being eroded. Part of that has to do with growing up and growing into adulthood. Part of that has to do with coming into our own at this time. Part of that has to do with backgrounds that support survival instincts, and that maybe there wasn't a period to look back on where there was a sense of thriving for you, for your family, for people in your community or your culture. Part of that is maybe you were a part of feeling like there was a sense of the American dream, or, oops, I dropped all the cards. Maybe feeling like there was a sense of the American dream, or maybe it just feels like everything's spilling all around you. That no matter how much you're pouring into things, it feels like, just like these cards, things are falling through the cracks. It may feel really overwhelming. So we're going to see what cards come out to support you and me and us and those in the collective that are feeling like our sense of home is shifting. Our sense of safety is shifting. We're doing this during Cancer season because what better topic to talk about at this time? I'll pray and we'll get into each reading. Divine Alchemist, angels and archangels, celestial family, ascended masters and spirit animals, thank y'all for yet another day where you freely give us guidance, support, care, and love. Thank you all for being a part of our community and for paving the way for our soul tribe to come in and supporting our individual and collective growth towards self-sufficiency and interdependence. May we trust ourselves more and love ourselves more and accept ourselves more and do the same for those in our communities. Help me to channel a clear, concise, and powerfully healing message for those in the collective on their ascension journeys and on their healing journeys. Remind us to hold in our hearts and minds that we are from you, we are a part of you, and we are on a journey that will return us to you. Remind us to hold the perspective that we're here to learn, experience, heal, grow, and ascend. Support us in recognizing the duality of being in this world, but not of it. The highest praise to our guides, to our teams, to our celestial families, to our guardians, our protectors, and of course to you, Holy Spirit. We are all we are because of you. Ashe. So we have piles 1, 2, 3, and 4. Pick the piles that resonate most for you, and we'll get into our reading. Let me pick some affirmation cards as well. All right, now our 4 piles are complete. Pile number 1, 2, 3, and 4. Pick the pile or piles that resonate most for you. We'll get into our readings. Hello, pile number 1. Welcome to your reading. Let's see what this reading has in store for you. And what is being said about your concept and sense of home. Ancient knowledge. Beautiful. Deep within us is a sacred place where our most ancient knowledge is kept. These are the secrets of the past which silently await a rebirth to eagerly send forth knowledge which has been forgotten. The ancient knowledge of many lifetimes lay dormant within the deepest recesses of our past and present memories. We leave such wisdom untapped for fear of what our responsibilities may be to ourselves and others if we possessed such great knowledge. Everything we need to know can be found within, and it's time to find trust in yourself and your own wisdom. Your wisdom was never lost, just buried under piles and piles of self-doubt. Your self-trust, though, will soon rebirth, and you will remember what it's like to have the courage to stand in your own power and to make your own decisions. So right away, one of these aspects of what contributes to your sense of home, pile number 1, is your self-trust and your wisdom. We have the Tower, the Devil, the 5 of Cups, the King of Cups, and the Death card. Wow. What a reading already. So I really get a sense of how you're feeling, of how the self-doubt is showing up, of how your connection with your own power shifts and morphs when there are towers happening all around you, or maybe even internally. You may start to feel like you have to grieve the emotional stability that you just got because there are waves of grief that crash over you. There are lots of internal narratives that say what you had will not return again. Or if you're in a dark place or a hard place, that means that you're not healing. But I'm also seeing a lot of transformation in this reading. You have the 7 of baskets. So when everything falls apart, that could actually be a time to start dreaming of the new things. When it feels really confusing or even uncertain, what is at the root of what you're feeling, know that there is something that you're attached to, some outcome that you expected. When you're in a space of grief, know that grief moves at its own pace. It won't stay forever, but it moves at its own pace, and it's typically a lot slower than we want. You are the King of Cups, and you can be happy about that. You can be proud about that. Even when you're feeling like hermiting, even when you're feeling like you can't even stand to be around other people, or it's just time for you to do your own thing, even when you're feeling such intensity for the collective or within your own body, within your own journey, it doesn't change who you are. It doesn't change that you can still celebrate who you're becoming. Dance, sing, play. The universe works fast when you're having fun. So there is something of your own ancient wisdom that being in your body, dancing and singing and playing, helps you dream up what you desire for the world, what you desire for your life, what you desire for your community. And go to nature. Take a walk, have a picnic, look on the grass, lay on the grass, look up at the clouds. Especially when you're feeling piles and piles of grief. Being outside, resting outside can be really helpful during that time. It may not make the grief go away. It may not just, you may not be able to snap your fingers and all of it just disappears. But it can make you feel like you're a little less alone in it, just to be outside, just to be with nature, just to see that the sun is still rising and setting, just to see that the moon is still in the sky, just to see that there is still grass and leaves and squirrels and trees and birds, that it all may be going to shit, but somehow they're still here. They're still foraging for their food. They're still making little babies. Maybe you're going to see some little babies, some little bird babies, some little squirrel babies, some little rabbit babies, whatever nature that's around you real soon. To help you remember that what you're going through and what you're experiencing is big, but there's still more out there. There's still more to experience. There's still more to see. You can trust yourself. You can trust what you feel. You can trust that you need to hermit and be on your own and have lots of alone time and self-care time. You can trust who you're becoming and you can celebrate that. You can play even when everything around you is really hard. You're allowed to celebrate you. You're allowed to play. You're allowed to dream. You're allowed. You can trust yourself. I'll leave our reading here. If you're drawn to another pile, I will see you very soon. And if not, if this is where we part, take good care. Bye. Hello, pile number 2, and welcome to your reading. Let's see what all is in here when it pertains to your sense of home. Fertility, we've got root chakra. Fertility is about birth and growth. It's about having the courage to seek new opportunities and the wisdom to grow from these experiences. Creating new experiences can be challenging, but for some people, it's a journey they eagerly embrace and warmly welcome into their lives. The beauty of new experiences is that they provide opportunities to create outcomes which could not have been manifested without the chance to grow. Watching dreams and wishes grow and develop in front of our own eyes is a truly spiritual journey. a journey which is filled with wonderful stories awaiting the right circumstances to blossom into fairy tales. This is an amazing time for you and a brilliant phase of manifestation. What do you want? What do you need? Think about it carefully and then tell the universe of your intent. You never gave up, even when others doubted your ability to accomplish what you believed in. Belief in yourself has placed you in the most perfect position to write your own life story and have the happy ending that you've dreamed of. What shall it be? So, what's at the basis of home for you, pal number 2, is your belief in self and your belief in creating the type of life that you desire. We have the 6 of Wands, the Lovers, the 4 of Pentacles, the Moon, and the 7 of Wands. So what you may feel most victorious about, or when you may feel the most sense of home and security, is when you feel that you have choice. But when you don't feel like you have choice, and when you feel like you're deeply limited, and there's maybe only 1 or 2 options available for you, that's when things get really murky, and you feel like you need to be very strategic with how you move. And strategy is wonderful. It's a beautiful thing, but it may also make you feel as though you're being defensive in a lot of situations and circumstances. It's not always a fun feeling to have. We have the 4 of Baskets, the Mother of Sticks, grandchildren or the ancestors. The Star card. Ace of Sticks, and the Garden. This is the World card. There is a future that you desire, one that you don't always believe you can have. And you believing that you can have something is at the foundation of you feeling like you have a sense of home. That's really all I'm seeing. If you don't believe you can have it, it doesn't come to fruition, and it sucks and it hurts, and it maybe really changes your relationship with life and with the universe. But if you do believe you can have something, then you work towards it, you move towards it, and you see what aspects of life kind of unfold before you to produce your desired result. If you're not feeling like you have a sense of home right now, or if it feels like it's being eroded, ask yourself, what am I believing is true? What do I believe is true right now? Do you believe that the world is going to shit? That the world is ending? That everything is horrible? Okay. If so, it makes sense why you may not want to create a future or feel that you can. Do you believe that even when it's dark, even when a lot is happening, even when you don't understand all that's occurring, there is still opportunity? Something can still come from nothing. Something will have to be rebirthed, will have to emerge at some point, because that's just how the universe works. If that's what you believe, cool. There may be opportunities that come to you, ideas that come to you, dreams that come to you. Things might click in a different way. But ask yourself what you believe, because it's probably at the basis of what's going on for you right now and what you're feeling. We have trust. Take a chance. Faith can move mountains. Trust the universe to guide you through the unknown. Yes. And we have, I am the love of my life. I am enough. You are. Pile number 2. You are. I'll close our reading here. If you were drawn to another pile in this reading, I will see you very soon. And if not, I'll catch you in the future. Take care. Bye. Hello, pile number 3. Welcome to your reading. Let's see what this pile has to offer you as it pertains to your sense of home. Release. This is the heart chakra. Release can challenge you to your very core and can sometimes mean handing over your control to either another human being or to the universe. Trusting another source to provide you with your needs and wants requires courage and strength. On the other side of release is the ability to continually let go of things simply through fear of what may happen if you stick it out. Fear of success, fear of failure, fear of the unknown. At times, it feels easier to let go than to see where the situation will lead you, particularly if you're experienced at managing the effects of loss. And you are. Pile number 3. You may be lacking in the fun department and in the love department. It's time to let go of the fear of living and allow yourself to feel the love and laughter that has been missing in your life for so long. Stop being so serious. The sky is not falling, and life can be as wonderful as you wish it to be. Easier said than done sometimes, right? When it feels like the sky is actually falling all around you, or when you have evidence that points to it. Let's see what else these cards have to say. The sun, right in alignment with thriving and living. Strength, okay. It's like doubling down on the sun energy. King of Wands. This feels like triplicate of the similar energy. 8 of Swords, here we are. That's where you are. And the King of Swords. That's beautiful. So look at this spread so far, pile number 3. We have one card that is representing your inner world or your relationship to the world. Everything else is beautiful. Everything else is bountiful. Everything else is boundaried. It's compassionate. It's fiery. It's courageous. It's strong. It feels like this is the only piece getting in the way of you surrendering to something new and beautiful. Let's see what the other cards have for us. 3 of Knives. All right. So right there we have an obstacle maybe to you feeling that sun energy, to you feeling that deep connection with your inner child, to you feeling that abundance that you desire. You have heartbreak. Your heart has been broken so many times before. Why would you trust this experience, this possibility, this opportunity? Black Herman is the magician. So to answer this question, why would you trust this new possibility? Because you're stronger than you realize and you have everything you need within. And you're becoming, Railroad Bill is the chariot. You are becoming a force to be reckoned with. Courageous, planful, you take initiative, you're motivated. You're able to move forward. When you are present in your body and in your life, you are able to move forward and build a life that is so gorgeous and so in alignment with you. This is the Devil card. That you have quite a few core wounds and attachments to the past that may leave you feeling very stuck and very helpless oftentimes. And we have the Strength card yet again, clarifying the King of Swords. So you're strong. That's the reading. You're strong. You're extremely resilient. You're so strong. And maybe you get tired of people telling you how strong you are because you don't always feel your own strength. This may be a time for you to work some of your own magic. It's probably something that you're able to do when it comes to other people, a way that you speak to them, a way that your presence shows up, a way that you make eye contact, a way that you breathe with people, a way that you tell jokes. There is something that you do that is so comforting to other people. It's so comforting when they're in a really dark place or in like just a lot of heavy emotion. And it's time for you to do that for yourself with intention. So if your thing is like this amazing eye contact that you give, this is a beautiful time to do mirror work, to look in your own eyes in the mirror, to give yourself that presence. If you are so validating and so encouraging, it's time to write out or speak those things that you would say to someone else to yourself. Because this is the only energy that's standing in the way of the life that you desire. This is the only thing that's saying you can't release. You can't release the fear of success. You can't release the fear of failure. You can't release the fears that the same thing will happen again. Your reading is saying it won't. You don't have to believe me, though. You don't have to believe the cards either. Trust yourself. Trust that still small voice in your own gut that says, it's okay. Trust you. If you don't want to trust nobody else, trust you. All is necessary. Without darkness, there is no light. Like a lotus flower, you can grow from the mud and bloom in the dark. This is something that you're so used to, pile number 3. You're used to blooming in the dark. You're used to blooming in spite of not having enough resources, enough support, enough love, enough fun, enough play. But now you've created a life that has space. It's made all this space for all of that joy. But you're not going to live it now? You're not going to enjoy it? Because you're afraid? When I see strength card, which you have twice here, I think of the word courage. And the way that I've heard courage defined that really resonates with me is feeling the fear, feeling the terror, feeling the apprehension, the hesitation, feeling all of it, and moving towards the thing anyway. Moving towards the thing that makes sense for you, for your highest good, for your journey, for your evolution anyway. You can be scared while you live the life that you created for yourself. You're allowed to feel fear. But you may regret letting the fear hold you back. Endings always come with new beginnings. Ashe. That's our reading. That's it. So I'm going to pause it here. If you would like to hop over to pile number 4, or if you were drawn to another pile in this reading, I will see you very soon. And if not, I'll catch you in the future. Take good care. Bye. Hello, pile number 4. Welcome to your reading. Let's see what these cards have to say for you as it pertains to what's at the root, the foundation of your sense of home. Creativity. This is your solar plexus chakra. Creativity is the passion of the spirit. It is spirit's way of expressing itself in so many different methods. Without the opportunity to express ourselves, we would all be the same. It's our creativity that encourages us to be individual and to take risks that go outside the norm. Creativity allows us the freedom of self, and this freedom often comes at a price. Others who are less fortunate to find the courage to embrace their creativity can often be driven by fear and present as being sarcastic or pessimistic. I would go further and say cynical. You seem surrounded by naysayers who want you to take the safe path, the path that is dull yet predictable and won't hold any surprises or challenges for you. It would be a really good choice for them, but not you. Without the opportunity for challenges, your creativity won't work. It's magic. You are a brilliant problem solver, and you get bored when there's no challenges. Don't let other people dampen your spirit. They're speaking for themselves, not for you. You need to continue on the path less traveled because it's fun and it challenges you, and it'll only further enhance your existing skills and knowledge. I love this so much. Let's see what these cards have to say. The Nine of Swords. Maybe this is how you feel after people give you their 2, 3, 4 cents about how you should be living your life. Weary. The Magician, showing up in your reading, is the ultimate creator with life and with the universe. 4 of Swords. 5 of Wands. And the Knight of Swords. All right, so what I'm seeing is this like almost roller coastery feeling that happens. You get unsolicited feedback. It's usually unsolicited, but you get feedback from someone else about how you should be living. And it makes you question a lot of things. It makes you doubt a lot of things. You start to feel very tired and weary and overcome and grief-stricken. Like you feel a lot of things. You ask yourself if you're doing the right thing or the wrong thing, or if those people know better, because maybe you end up comparing your life to theirs. At some point you remember that you're a magician, that you're able to create, even from the weariness, even from the pain that you're receiving, you can create something brand new with that. But to do so usually takes a lot of energy, and you tend to need a lot of rest afterwards or during the process. But another thing that it does is it contributes to this feeling of inadequacy within, and you end up fighting yourself. Until you get fed up with it and you move in a direction with a brand new idea, or revisiting an old idea about how you're allowed to live. You give yourself the permission to do so. So this is the 7 of Sticks, and we have the 5 of Wands. They're 2 different cards, but the energies of them are very similar. In fact, clarifying the 9 of Swords. We have the 2 of Coins, clarifying the Magician. And the Son of Coins, clarifying the 4 of Swords. We have the Daughter of Sticks, clarifying the 5 of Wands, and we have the Daughter of Coins, clarifying the Knight of Swords. So we have coins and sticks and swords. There are no cups here. When I think of creativity, I usually think of emotion, but that may be because I'm a Cancer sun. Maybe it's through the water energy in your chart or through your emotion that you're able to find channels of all of this energy that moves through you. Maybe you're able to find it through your planfulness, through being resourceful, through trusting yourself, through connecting to the parts of you that are determined, that are self-disciplined, through finding aspects of you that can be willful and courageous and can take risk because you enjoy the challenges. You enjoy that there are parts of you that are fighting what you've received from people, that are trying to fight it back and resist it. You enjoy, there's some part of you, and it may not be present all the time, but there's some part of you that thrives off of how much you learn about yourself, about humanity, about relationships with others, through the vitriol you receive, through the pain that you receive and feel, through the experiences that you have in connection, through the hurt, through all of it. There is something about you, pile number 4, where you're just kind of like, I'm here to create, and I'm going to create with whatever is given to me and whatever I find. You're an extremely resourceful creator. And you have this capacity to create a lot of abundance for yourself. And that may be financial, that may be resourceful, that may be in terms of having people in your life that you can lean on, or that you can have fun with and you can create with. It could be anything. It could be a number of modalities through which you create. You may be the type of person that's constantly learning and finding out, oh, okay, I'm a writer and I'm a sculptor and I can weave cloth and I can paint on canvases. Maybe you find that there's a different modality for each feeling state that you move through, maybe through different chapters of your life that you move through, maybe different parts of your life, maybe relationships, they come through as writing, maybe relationship pain comes through as writing, maybe grief for the collective comes through as care work. Maybe just different parts of you get activated with different things that you experience. But what I see here is someone who is a creator, and they're creating with everything that they have available to them. And they're finding so much more discipline, self-discipline, and by self-discipline I mean self-love, truly, to say, I want to create this thing in my life, or I want to do this thing for my community or for the people that I love. What will it take? What amount of energy will I need? How much will I need to rest? What types of resources do I have available? Which kinds will I need still? Do I have the space to balance this all? What I want to do for others and what I want to do for myself? Should I only work on these things, or do I choose to only work on these things when I have the fire within me, or do I do it no matter what I'm feeling? And these are all questions that you can ask yourself, and there really is no wrong answer. It's just whatever feels aligned for you. You are a manifester, you are a magician, you are a creator. That's what you're here to do. That's what you're here to be. That's who you are. This is so exciting. This is at the foundation of your sense of home. So even though there are roller coastery types of emotions and different experiences that you have, there are parts of you that are at home as soon as you can translate what you're feeling into creation. As soon as you feel like you have space to rest and be, something new emerges. Rest and recharge. Take it easy today. Even in stillness, there is movement. And mind your business. Let others do what they want. You can't change anyone. Keep your distance from those who drain you. And create something from it. Allow it to inspire you, but try not to get wrapped up in creating an outcome for someone else's life, because you're the creator in your own life. Well, I will leave our reading here. This is where we pause. I hope you take good care, and I will catch you in the future. Bye.